What's up, everybody? Keaton Berry from Ground Up MMA here, bringing you some more at-home martial arts training goodness. Tonight, I'm actually going to be showing you guys how to throw a pretty powerful leg kick here, or at least add a little bit of power to your guys' leg kicks. So just real quick before I run through this, I want to show you guys what I'm working out on here, because the whole point of me having this YouTube channel is so that you guys can kind of build this stuff and work on it at home on your own, okay? So I got my 75-pound heavy bag, like I always use. I've got a chain actually connected up to the rafters here. I've actually got it connected with like a whole freaking grip of nails that I've got like bent in. Anyway, it's connected up there pretty good. But what I really wanted to show you is this. I kind of show this a lot in my videos, but I've got instead of using a chain to connect it, I use one with a swivel, because this really does help when you're doing stuff with a heavy bag and it's moving around. It kind of keeps the chain from getting bound up, because with this especially, this type of a workout, these chains have a tendency to get bound up on you a little bit. But this will work with just your regular chain that you would hang a heavy bag with too. Okay. Anyway, okay, let's get into the technique a little. So when you are throwing a leg kick, really when you're throwing any kind of a kick, you want to try to open up your hips. Okay. So what I mean by that is, so I know this looks totally weird, but this is closed hips. Okay. Knees out, open hips. Closed, open, okay? So you really want to try to open up those hips as much as you can, so that when you close it, it's, got as much power as you can generate. Okay, so when you step in, you're going to kind of be lunging, and you're really opening up those hips. You're really trying to open them up there, so that you can generate as much power. And now the other part of this that you really want to pay attention to is your center of mass. It's your dantian, So it's basically your center of mass. In just about every martial art that I've ever studied, they really stress the center a lot, especially in Aikido. This is where you get your balance, your structure, it's where your chi comes from. It's your power. It's where you generate a lot of your energy. Okay, so when you're doing techniques, especially when you're trying to generate a lot of power, try to get to where you're moving with your center of mass, which, by the way, is about a couple inches below the belly button and just above your groin. So it's kind of like at the top of your pelvis. Okay. Anyway, so when you step in, you open up those hips, and you're going to close them, but you're driving it with that center of mass. So you're going to close it and drop it. Okay, so it's coming, because what you're trying to do is get the entirety of your mass into the kick. Okay, so you're out here, you step in, you really open up those hips, and you drop in. And now when you throw a leg kick, you don't want to hit with this part of your foot right here. I actually did that in a fight. It's actually a fight that's online here. I was throwing leg kicks and was throwing them like a little freaking girl, thinking the guy was gonna come at me, and he kept on backing up. But whatever. Anyway, I was throwing them, and I was hitting with that top part of my foot, and it actually messed up the top of my foot. Those bones are, for a little while there, those bones are actually really tender. So try to protect those. So when you throw leg kicks, or pretty much any type of kick, like roundhouse style kick, you want to strike with this part of your leg here, your shin. It's not really up here. This is really good up here is good for checking. But when you make contact with roundhouse style kicks, you kind of want it to be like right there. It's kind of like the sweet spot on a bat for any of you baseball enthusiasts. So when you're out here, open up those hips, and you're going to really drop that center as you rotate, and then you're making contact with that part of your shin. Now when you are driving through, this really helps with the power of it. When you make contact, you want to really drive through, and you're trying to get their leg to straight buckle down like that. Okay, so you kind of want your if you can see it, your pressure or whatever to come in at like a little bit of a downward angle, okay? Not too extreme. But when you push through, you use that force that's going through to reset you. So, excuse me, you opened up your hips, you dropped and rotated with your center, made contact with that sweet spot, and when you're pushing through, like I said, let it reset you, okay? And notice how by doing that, just that little flick moved the bag quite a bit. So I'll just walk you through this real, just kind of slowly, a couple of times, and then I'll demonstrate it, all right? So open up those hips, center of mass, rotate as you drop, make contact, let it reset you, okay? And then, like I always say, do it on both sides. So you're over here, open up those hips, drop and rotate that center, hit with the sweet spot, and come back, okay? If you get this in a fight, if you land this in a fight, and you really hit like right here on their thigh, or like down in here, man, dude, it's brutal. It's brutal. Sorry for my pasty white legs there, guys. Anyway, so I'm going to run through this a couple of times for you guys, demonstrate it a little bit, and then I'm going to let you go. Oh, and that shit that I'm doing, you want to try to exhale too as you do this. It helps with your power. That's basically it. Hope it helps. Hope you like it. As always, God bless you all. See you next time.